Hello everyone. I'm here to give you some guidance on how to create an Excel chart that will display multiple trend lines for different time periods. One of you was gracious enough to give me some data to work with here, and so the first thing I'm going to do is actually create a scatter chart that displays all of this data. So of course you probably know you'll need to select all of the data. From 1905 is the range here through 2012. So I've selected all that data. I'm going to go to the top again, scroll up, and then insert scatter, and this is the style, the scatter with markers that I'm going to create. And so I'm just going to move that up here, make that a little larger, and let's have a look. So you have the title, which you'll need to edit perhaps to show whether you're doing temperature or rainfall. So I'm just going to change that to precip. Here are all your data markers, one for each of these years over here, and we would like to add a trend line to this particular chart. So we're going to select the data series and then go up here to chart tools, and you are going to want to add a linear trend line. Boom, there it is. Okay, now we need different colors for each of the time periods that you're going to add. So let's take care of formatting this. So I've selected the trend line. I'm going to right click and go to Format Trend Line, which brings you into this window, and now I can make some adjustments. So for line color, I'm going to choose red, solid line, make it a little wider, so I'm going to change that to 3 points. You can see it right here. Options here, you want a label that shows that this is, perhaps you'll want to put the word linear, and 1905 through 2012 for a custom label. And you want to display the equation and R-squared value on the chart. So let's close this and take this data. I'm going to just put it down here. I think that's very subjective as far as where you put this data, but we want people to know that it is this red line that this data is referencing. So I'm going to go up here and match colors. So there we have red for the red, and you have a label. Now eventually I really think we could get rid of this, but we'll see. Alright, now we need another data series. Actually, you need several more for a different time frame. The next time frame we want is from starting not with 1905, but starting with 1932 and going all the way out to 2012. To add that, you'll need to go to the chart tools and find where you can select data. Now I didn't have to do it this way, but if I click on select data, this is the window you need to find. It's called the select data source window. I'm going to cancel that because I want to show you a couple other ways of getting there. I could have my chart selected. Here's a select data. Again, brought me to this window. Any way you can, you need to find this particular window. Once you are in the select data source window, we are going to add a series. So we click on add. Now don't worry that your data is a bit skewed behind you. It'll refresh itself in just a little bit. The series name is something you don't need to fill in, so I'm just going to leave it blank, and I'm going to bring my cursor down here to the X values, and the X values, of course, is right here. These values that are the years. And so now I'm going to go over here in the data and select 1932 through 2012. And notice it fills in with the name of the sheet here, Rockford, Illinois Precept, and the range A29 through A109. Now the Y values, I'm going to delete this, will be the same rows, but the actual rainfall amounts. So let me go back to 1932 here and select the data in column B all the way down to 2012, and notice it matches rows A29 through A109, B29. Right? Click OK, and let's see what that has done. It's added that second series. We can click OK here, and now let's scroll to the top and see how that has changed our chart. We now see data markers on top. They're actually on top of these blue diamonds here because it's a subset. One thing we're going to want to do is hide these red marks so that the entire chart will only display the blue series, and we'll take care of that in a second. But let's do the trend line. So we're going to select this data series. It doesn't look like everything's selected, but if you look up here in the formula bar, you have selected A29, and you can see right here that you do have that subset. So that's perfect. And then what you want to do is add a trend line. Now you could do it like this. I right-clicked, and if you didn't do it that way, you could go up here to Layout and add a trend line. Either way, it has added another trend line. You can see it right here. So let's go in and select that trend line and do some formatting. Again, custom. This would be 1932 through 2012. And we want to display the equation and the r squared value. And let's put a different color here. Let's go with green. And let's go with the same point size. Notice round, round here at close. Okay. And let's move this down here and match our line color, so that also is green. I think we could bold that. Right, so I see I have a different label here. You may choose to even delete this legend and create something down here. If I wanted to delete this, I could move these things over here, and I could use the text box tool right here to insert something like 1905 through 2012. Move that around over here. I could center that right underneath the data, make it the same color. Maybe I want to put it on the top, whatever. I think that's up to you how you want to display that. Let's go back here though and see how to hide these markers. Again, select that data series. Keep an eye over here, A29, A109, so that's the correct data series. And you can right click in that area, and what you want to do is format the data series. And when you get in here, you're going to look for the marker options. There's that red square, and we want to hide it. And you do that by changing this to none. And so there you're seeing exactly the way you need to build these charts, and that is to make sure that you only see one data set, only one marker for each of these years, but you will be able to have subsets for your trend lines. I hope that gives you a start in working with this data and displaying the multiple trend lines for the different time periods. Good luck. I think you'll do fine. And I hope this has helped. Thank you.